Hello, Ioannis. It's nice to meet you, and it's a pleasure to be awarding you with the Championing Education Experience Award. And just for us, do you want to tell us who you are and what your role is in the university?
Hello, very nice to meet you, Ismahan. It's my absolute pleasure to accept this award. Thank you so much to all of my beloved students and to all my wonderful team for making this possible. So, a few words about me. So, I am a senior lecturer in business strategy in the Westminster Business School. I belong to the management and marketing department, and I have been with the university for almost 10 years now. I have to say that I am very lucky to be teaching in Westminster because it's a wonderful environment to be. I feel very well supported, both from colleagues, but I do have a wonderful experience with students. I love my profession. I love, teaching. But when I'm within, the classroom in Westminster, the students really hug me, and they really make me feel warm, and somehow they make me feel important. So I really do enjoy, and I love teaching. And it's only, a reaction to what I get when it comes to my behavior. So that's who I am.
Thank you very much. This actually means a lot because when I was a student on my third year, you actually taught me for a module. So I'm going to read you out a quote that was written by a student who nominated you, and I just want to echo everything that they said. So it says, from the first week of his module to the last, Ioannis was an amazing lecturer throughout his first lecture. His presentation was so funny and brought the whole lecture room together, making many of us laugh, contribute to the lecture from the start onwards. He was extremely helpful, supportive when it came to the weekly group task. He always made the lecture enjoyable and was available through email. He always responds to email promptly. So, what do you want to say to the students who nominated you?
First of all, thank you very much. You make me feel like a celebrity, and you make me feel so nice. Thank you very much for the kindest words. But as I said, love for teaching is a two-way thing. Is a reciprocal relationship. I think when you get so much positive energy from the students, this is only what you can return to them. And again, I am very passionate for teaching, so hopefully, I hope the students get that. When it comes to being funny and interactive in the class, this is something that I think it's very important for the student experience. If you do not enjoy, being in the classroom, I don't think you learn properly. I think you have to feel relaxed. I think you have to feel yourself. You have to feel, comfortable expressing your views. And in order to do that, you need to create a safe and positive environment for the students. So I try to be, of course, myself, but I try also to be funny, relaxed, close to the students. I really want to be close to their needs, to their mentality, to their language, because in the end of the day, what really matters is not how can I talk, it's about how people can listen. So I think it's very important, to be able to adapt to the needs of your audience if you want to pass the message. On top of that, I really also do enjoy, being in the classroom. I cannot imagine doing a lecture without having some, jokes or some sense of humor, or being adaptable to what your audience needs, and to be able to respond to all sorts of questions and queries, and to also sense the rhythm of the class. So I think it's a two-way thing, as I said. So I really do enjoy it, and a big thank you again to all my beloved students for voting for me.
Definitely. Just a question: what made you go into teaching?
That's a very interesting question. If you have asked me many years ago if I would have become a lecturer, I would most probably say no, because I have studied for many years, and during my studies, I have met some really wonderful and inspirational lecturers. But I have also met some really, not so inspirational, I would say. And and funnily enough, I remember both the really good ones, but also the other extreme. So when I did my PhD, when I was about to finish my doctoral studies, and I did my PhD because I got a scholarship. I didn't have a plan to become a lecturer, an academic person. I did my PhD to improve my consultancy skills and to become more important in the business arena. But part of my training during my PhD was to teach, to go inside the classroom and teach. And when I entered the classroom, I think it was a revelation for me. Suddenly it felt natural, it felt good. And I said, this is it. It was like a purification process for me. No matter what I had before I entered the classroom, if I was upset, tired, when I finished the lecture, I was feeling really good. It was like a therapy session for me. And I'll be very honest with you. The money, do not compare like working in investment banking or, being a top executive in a company. But the satisfaction you get from teaching, I think, is unparalleled. So when I was doing my PhD, the short answer is when I was doing my PhD, I started teaching, and then I realized that this is what I love to do. It was something like a revelation for me, and I loved it. And I think I'm one of the luckiest persons on the planet because I absolutely love what I do. And it took me many years to find out. I made many mistakes in my life in terms of choices. I thought originally I was going to become an accountant, and I love accountants, don't get me wrong. But most probably I'm the worst person you can get into accounting. I don't get along with accounting. I love numbers and mathematics, but accounting is just not me. Then I thought I was going to become a marketing person. And I started working in marketing. I did my MBA. I became a marketing analyst, a assistant marketing manager, a marketing consultant. The money was good. I was enjoying, working long hours. But I cannot say I was really happy with my life. Something was missing. And this something came with teaching. So about 12 years to really find out what I love to do. I'm sorry, I know this is not a very inspirational story, because for young people like you really want to find out what you love to do within the next year before you start working. But I can tell you that sometimes it takes patience and it takes trial and error. So how did I find out what I love to do? By trial and error, by making bold choices, and by deciding that I want to do something that I love, that makes me feel good. So it was not just about the money, it was about making something that I really love. And I think this profession is something that I want to do until the end of my life. I never want to change it.
Thank you very much. That was actually very inspirational, because I feel like a lot of teachers don't tend to tell their experiences or how they became a teacher and like when they actually found their passion. But seeing that you used the word adaptable in terms of teaching, I want to ask you, in your opinion, because you're in like the education system or the education sector, where do you see education going in the future?
That's a very interesting question. That's an amazing question, actually. And it's $1 million question for our industry, of course. Now, before the COVID crisis, I would say that the educational industry needed to become much more practical and needed to become much more connected to the market. And I think what students really needed was not just a lecture, but coaching. And that's why I always tried within the lecture to be able to coach students and to give them life lessons, not just criticizing the theory, but telling them what they can really apply into the real life, into the market. So I think this is still a basic need of connecting the academia with practice. And I think we do a really good job in the University of Westminster trying to connect, the academic life and what we do inside the classroom with the real market. But now with the COVID crisis, we see a major shift towards electronic education, to distance learning, to digital learning, to flexible and different forms of learning. So I think now this is now due to the COVID crisis. Speed is happening much faster, and I think we need to adapt very, very quickly and very well to this new digital transformation of making our education electronically more inclusive, diverse, and practical. So I think the big game is to be able to transform digitally very quickly, and at the same time make it inclusive, diverse, and still very, very practical and well connected to the market. Because there are certain trends that they are rapidly developing even faster now. Like, for example, just a very quick one. I'm sorry, I'm an academic and I speak too much. A very important trend is that within the next 30 years, almost 50% of the jobs in developed markets are going to be intellectual. So unless you are able to use your mind and to be creative and innovative, or even set up your own company, there are 50% chances that you are going to be out of work. So this is something that I think we need to respond very, very quickly to when it comes to teaching and learning within the academy.
Thank you very much. And that was a very interesting perspective. And I'm going to ask you one last question, and it would be, tell us something about yourself that we might find surprising or an interesting fact about you.
I think all the silly facts and all the stupid things about myself and all the mistakes I have made in my life, I have used them as case studies inside my lectures. I think most people know I am a Star Wars freak. I love Star Wars. I know that the new movies are not so funny as they used to be, so nice as they used to be. Sorry, they're actually more funny now. But I'm still, I still believe in this Star Wars religion. Now, another thing about me, maybe that most people do not know, is that I am in love with swimming. Most probably like whales. I feel more comfortable when I'm inside the water rather than walking. So when it comes to swimming, it's the sea is a great passion for me, and I love diving. Maybe this is something I have not shared before. And I hope you can actually make fun of me, feel free to joke about it.
Thank you very much for that interesting fact. I would like to conclude this by saying thank you very much for being here, and it's a pleasure to be able to award you with this. Thank you.
Thank you, Ismahan, so much for being so kind and supportive. Know that without my team, I would not have done it. I have a wonderful group of people around me, and Maria Granados was the co-module leader in this module this year, and all of my team, we did a fantastic job. And of course, the previous team members that evolutionary led to what we managed to do this year all together. More important than anything else is the students. I think the biggest strength of a university is the students. And from the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank my wonderful students for allowing me to feel myself inside the classroom and to do what I really love. So from the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank you and wish you all the best in your future. Once my student, you are always my student. So feel free to get in touch with us. If you need any support or any advice or any help, know that we are here for you. I am here for you, and I'm always happy to get a friendly cup of coffee and discuss any interesting thing or any worry or any thought you have. Thank you very, very much.